Bitcoin has stepped aside, while Ethereum has surpassed it in growth this year. Institutions say, it's not over yet. By more than Sen93, the Bayexine exchange is almost being emptied. Can this wave of Ethereum directly reach a new historical high? With $30 billion in hand, why did Michael Saylor only take a stab this time? Does the presidential family's cryptocurrency investment count as insider trading? WLFI reserve could trigger a U.S. crypto regulatory storm. Tether, Nvidia, and Microsoft face the challenge of barbarians as crypto capital enters the market. Lee Jae-myung's Crypto New Deal versus the Fed's interest rate hike. South Korean retail investors vote with their feet, choosing Ethereum over the US dollar.
Tuesday, August 12th, BitcoinTV English channel. Where is the coin chain? I'm Michael, starting with the 24-hour cryptocurrency headlines. As of yesterday, Ethereum has risen 29% this year, slightly higher than Bitcoin's 28%, and has also reached an 8-month high, 4,311.58. The driving force behind this is BlackRock. Waiting for the big guy's Ethereum spot ETF, I smoked it in a month, $50 billion US dollars, since last year 7. Since its listing, the cumulative inflow has exceeded $90 billion US dollars, AUM coming soon 200. The chain is very busy, with daily transaction volume reaching 180, tens of thousands of transactions, more than 30% of the Ethereum is pledged, and everyone is obviously planning to hold on for a long time. SEC. They also sent a big red envelope saying that liquidity pledge tokens are not securities. As a result, listed companies immediately accelerated the hoarding of coins, and institutional holdings doubled nearly 100% in a year. 10 times 35 US dollars is 400 billion. The US dollar level has stabilized. Let's see the next stop, 4,362. The US dollar is expected to surge if it breaks 2021 year-end 4,892. The US dollar is at a high point. Coupled with the record high market value of stablecoins and the recovery of on-chain liquidity, Ethereum's performance of outperforming Bitcoin is likely to continue. US spot Ethereum ETFs hit a record high yesterday, with a single-day net inflow 10.1962 billion US dollars, of which BlackRock alone absorbed 6.41 US dollars billion and also swiped at 18. The most exaggerated thing is that only 2,537 new Ethereums were issued on the chain that day, about 10.1 million US dollars ETF. But I bought it over there. 238,200 pieces, approximately 10 billion US dollars, which is the net issuance 93 times, basically sweeping away all the chips in the market. Institutions are also not idle. Fundamental Global, to take 280 life sciences, used $100 million in raised funds to buy Ethereum directly. Just raised 1.56 US dollars, 1 billion ready to increase holdings. Bitmine, even more generous, with a lot of 115 more than 10,000 coins, with a market value of nearly 4.96 billion US dollars. Funds, corporate treasuries, and mining company holdings are all pushing in a bullish direction. Now it remains to be seen whether Ethereum can break through the resistance of $4,362. As of today, the Ethereum inventory of centralized exchanges is only 1,882,000 pieces, a record 2016 year 7, the lowest level since the beginning of this month, Q3. Now it is less 6.7%. Where did the money go? It's simple. It flowed out of the exchange and went to the chain for long-term holding and staking, ETF. The money-attracting effect of the ETF collided with each other. Yesterday, the US spot Ethereum ETF attracted more than $1 billion in one day, and the buying volume was 10% of the newly issued coins on that day. 93. This has directly increased the supply of circulating chips in the market. On-chain, we can also see that treasury companies are optimizing returns, while institutions are increasing their long-term holdings. The entire market has entered a supply shock mode. If prices continue to rise, confidence will increase, making people even more reluctant to sell. This will reduce the circulating supply and force prices to rise further, creating a typical reflexive cycle. In the short term, if ETH breaks through the $4,362 mark and hits its all-time high of $4,892, it is very likely to happen. Please like and follow us for the latest developments in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and mining circles within the past 24 hours. Click the bell to join our channel and become a member. You'll receive your membership code Monday through Friday. Bitcoin's biggest tycoon has made another move. MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor spent $18 million to buy 155 Bitcoins between August 4th and 10th at an average price of $116,401. His warehouse is now filled with 628,946 Bitcoins, a total of $46.1 billion spent, averaging only $73,288 per coin, significantly cheaper than the current market price. However, this purchase was relatively small, only 155 Bitcoins, leading netizens to speculate. Is Saylor holding back, or is he warming up before another wave of aggressive activity?
I still think the vast majority of the capital flowing into the space is flowing into Bitcoin. We've gone from about 60 companies capitalizing on Bitcoin to 160 companies just in the past 6 months. So I'm laser-like focused on Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is digital capital.
MicroStrategy has historically invested tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars in Bitcoin to fulfill its buy and hold strategy. However, this time, it only purchased 155 Bitcoins, leading to three main market speculations. First, is MicroStrategy currently facing funding pressure? Second, is this increase merely symbolic? The company may be anticipating a short-term Bitcoin correction and choosing to wait for a lower level before making a large purchase. Third, MicroStrategy's current Bitcoin profit exceeds $30 billion, allowing it to realize significant profits at any time based on its existing holdings, and may therefore refrain from frequent large-scale increases in the future.
Honestly, I'm a bit confused by all the complaints this time. MicroStrategy is undoubtedly a whale, but it's not up to outsiders to dictate how much Bitcoin they buy. As for those wondering if they're out of funds, the announcement stated that there's over $30 billion in the ATM program ready for immediate use. And yet, just as the community was raising questions, the stock price actually jumped 2% before the market opened. More importantly, investment pace isn't about bigger is better, but about timing and cost control. Having just invested $2.46 billion in a new position, they're now taking a breather, perhaps to wait for more favorable price ranges and market sentiment. This symbolic increase could be a strategic signal, demonstrating to the market that they're still here without driving up entry costs, while also preserving the ability to buy at lower levels in the future. From an institutional perspective, this is more of a risk-reward balance than the capital crunch or waning enthusiasm speculated by the outside world. Is it normal to always have to make a big move? That might be truly irrational. Crypto reserves have been trending in the cryptocurrency world lately, with even the biggest names showing off their holdings. The on-chain platform Arkham has targeted a large wallet holding $220 million in crypto assets, including $85 million in stablecoins, $55 million in Ethereum, $19.8 million in WBTC, and $13.8 million in TRX, a truly luxurious package in the crypto world. Even more intriguing is the Trump family's DeFi project, World Liberty Financial, WLF, which plans to establish a WLFI token reserve company, sounding like a move to bring the family's wealth display to the blockchain.
According to reports, WLF is in talks with investors in the technology and crypto industries, planning to raise $1.5 billion to establish a publicly listed reserve company that will hold WLFI and manage a variety of crypto assets. Previously, the WLFI MicroStrategy appeared on the BSC chain. Through the issuance of BSTR financing purchase, WLFI currently holds 2 million tokens. A proposal has been made to invite Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. to serve on the board of directors, strengthening the Trump family's ties to the project.
The reason we got into crypto, and we're all in on crypto, and we're doing American Bitcoin, and we have World Liberty Finance and USD1, was because there was a time, and probably I'd been on this show, we went all in on a concept that makes total sense because we'd actually been the recipient of how quickly that can be shut off.
Trump claims to be merely an honorary co-founder of WLFI, but he's already involved in both WLFI and the memecoin Trump. This has sparked public outcry. Isn't the president personally involved in cryptocurrency? Isn't he afraid of being accused of a conflict of interest? He previously claimed that his money was entrusted to his children in trust and had nothing to do with politics, but his current actions appear to be creating an exclusive on-chain VIP channel for his family. Even more intriguing, WLF isn't just developing WLFI. It's also creating a dollar-pegged stablecoin, USD1. One plays on sentiment, the other handles settlements. Together, these two offer a 3-in-1 package of speculation, storage, and payment. The problem is, once this is tied to the presidency, supporters will claim it's a national endorsement, while opponents will criticize it as a collusion between power and personal gain. From now on, he'll have to be cautious with every move as the cameras are on him.
Behind the 1.5 trillion USDT market value, Tether had to use profits from money printing machines to buy the entire AI industry chain. Bitmain's 4.9 billion Ethereum holdings hide a leverage bomb. A 30% drop could trigger a 90% crash.
Tether isn't just a big boss counting stable coins. Its USDT market capitalization has reached $158 billion, with $13 billion in revenue last year and another $4.9 billion in Q2 of this year. Its wealth is so deep it could collapse a safe $120 billion in US Treasury bonds, over 100,000 bitcoins, dozens of tons of gold, and a mountain of cash. But it doesn't intend to rest on its laurels. GPT-5, large models, and multimodal AI are incredibly popular, and GPU computing power is as expensive as gold. Tether and Rumble. As soon as I saw it, I knew I couldn't miss this opportunity, so I immediately stocked up on cards, preparing to take a top seat in the AI circle. And by the way, hang a plaque of the encryption boss at the door of AI computing power.
Recently, Rumble issued an announcement saying that Tether and Rumble intended $11.7 billion acquisition, AI infrastructure operators Northern Data all shares, fully controlling the company. The transaction is based on Northern Data existing AI and high-performance computing business. Tether, as early as 2023, it has made a strategic investment in the company and is its largest shareholder. It has clearly supported the acquisition and hinted that it will collaboration in areas such as AI, peer-to-peer communications, and data storage.
What is, where we should invest in terms of, bleeding edge technology, what type of other silos and industries we should look at, for example, artificial intelligence, what products we can build ourselves with Tether. And the products that we build are, always going in the direction that was mentioned before.
The relationship between Tether and Rumble is no longer just a nodding acquaintance. At the end of 2024, Tether directly smashed $7.75 billion Rumble. This platform can be called anti-censorship version of YouTube. In May this year, the two sides upgraded their cooperation. Online support USDT, Bitcoin, and stablecoin wallets. Now, the two companies are working together to smash 11.7 If this happens, the impact will be more than just a change in equity. It may disrupt the landscape of AI computing giants, triggering a mixed battle between crypto capital and traditional technology. It will also send a signal to the market, attracting more crypto funds into the AI track. And it is more likely to use Tether payment systems and Rumble content distribution, creating a one-stop ecosystem of content plus computing power plus payment, AI. The speed at which computing power is being deployed is skyrocketing. This deal is more than just an acquisition. It could be a major event in the convergence of crypto and AI, and could even be the trigger for the next round of industry reshuffles. The Korean won has been incredibly resilient lately. In April, $1 was worth 1,491, but by the end of May, it was only 1,360. The money Koreans earned in US stocks quickly dwindled once they brought it home, prompting many to consider locking in their profits. Furthermore, with US tech stocks struggling recently, Korean investors have simply withdrawn their funds and poured them into the booming crypto market. Furthermore, President Lee Jae-myung's push for crypto ETFs, Korean won stablecoins, and STO pilots, coupled with the US's Genius Act, has directly driven significant investor investment into crypto-related stocks, resulting in a significant drop in profits.
According to the data from Korea International Finance Center, among the top 50 stocks that Korean investors bought net, the proportion of crypto-related stocks has increased from 1-month 8.5% rise to 6-month 36.5%, 7-monthly decline to 31.5% in the same month. Net purchases of large U.S. technology stocks fell to $2.60 billion, compared to 1 to 4 monthly average $16.8 billion decline 84%. Focus on hoarding Ethereum Bitmine since 7 at the beginning of the month. It received cumulative capital injection from Korean retail investors $2.59 billion, becoming 7 South Korean. Investors bought the largest amount of foreign securities in the month.
If you woke me up 3 years from now and told me that treasuries led to the downfall of ETH, then of course my guess for why would basically be that somehow they turned into an over leverage game, and then at some point a 30% drop turned into forced liquidations that turned into a 50% drop, and then a 70 and 90% drop, and then that got compounded with a loss of credibility.
Bitmine 30 Ethereum holdings surged in the past few days 410.68% from 831,000 May Biao, arrived 1,150,263. The chips in your hand are worth $4.96 billion, directly ranked first among all entities in the world. Looking at the global list of large investors, the top ones are Ethereum Verification Deposit Contracts, Beacon Deposit Contract, exchange giant Binance, and sleeping whales Rain Lomas, and then Bitmine, and other listed companies Bit Digital. Ethereum broke through on Monday $4,300. Let Bitmine the holdings increased in one day 24%, so cool. But this Operation V, even God is shocked. Although he does not oppose companies hoarding Ethereum, he warns against excessive leverage, otherwise 30%. The decline was magnified in minutes, 50%, 70%, or even 90%, plus the collapse of credibility. That would be a straight fall from heaven to hell.
Iron Man is suing again. This time, Apple was unfortunately caught in the crossfire, and OpenAI CEO Altman immediately became a bystander. Old Musk, don't rush to sue yet. You still haven't explained the secret manipulation of your own tweets last year. The results of the latest 24-hour Solana on-chain dog arena are in. Pump.Fun crushes its competitors with a commanding 69.7% lead. Let's Bonk is a distant second, 15.2%. And Bags barely squeezes into the top 3, 9.14%. Congratulations to the new king of one-click token issuance. Latest Terra TV series spoiler. After years of chasing by U.S. prosecutors, lead actor Do Kwon will finally deliver his iconic line, "I am guilty," in a special episode on Tuesday morning. The background music from Prison on Fire should be playing here. CoinGecko's latest rich list shows that the lucky bird, Moonbirds, has suddenly surged forward, dethroning Milady Maker and successfully joining the top 10 richest people in the Ethereum NFT world. Now the pressure is on Boise, who ranks 9th. Bitcoin historians send congratulatory messages. This small Central American nation has achieved the 1,000-day milestone of 1 BTC per day. A trophy for most persistent Bitcoin buyer is suggested, but I wonder if the National Treasury can still sustain it.
Okay, that's the main content of today's program. Our channel focuses on valuable news in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and mining circles, including news information and in-depth special reports. If you think our channel is valuable, you are welcome to forward and follow us. You can also become our member and receive the Member Wealth Code from Monday to Friday. Let's get rich together and add a zero to our assets in the bull market. See you tomorrow.